Welcome back, anglers. I'm the Survivalist, and we return Call of the Wild, the Angler, in Trollsporet. So last episode, we started into some of the silver rank challenges we have for Trollsporet's first little hub area there. And we've got to catch a silver rank eye, so we're going to start with that for today. See if maybe we can clear out all the silver rank challenges, and then be into some of the gold ranks for Nokkensjon, or whatever it's pronounced for like the first area. And I do have some very interesting news that came courtesy of the comments of last week's episodes. In the one feature that I have always held against Call of the Wild the Angler is finally being added, and that is the way to manually pick the time of day you're going to fish at. So from the sounds of it, how it's going to work is from the main menu before you do launch one of the maps, you're able to pick what time of day you'd like to have that map set at. For single player, it'll just load you into that time of day, no problem. And for multiplayer, it'll try to match you to servers that have that time of day on the map as well for you. So finally, all those nocturnal species that used to be kind of hard to target because you'd have to let the game basically naturally roll over to nighttime or server hop a bunch until you might find the time of day you needed, is going to be addressed, and it addresses the biggest thing that I've always held against the angler. I've had other nitpicks of it, like it felt awkward to use the retrieval techniques for spin casting, that got changed. Fast traveling the vehicles, and then the vehicle has its own inventory thing is really nice changes. But this one is the one that's been long awaited for me, and I do have to thank Noah for letting me know that in, I think it's the next update or a very soon to come update. I don't know if it's like immediately going to be done or it's just like planned to be done. But yeah, just the fact that they're going to try doing that is very helpful to know. I just want to check what other things the eyed we're trying to catch here go for. Have we caught any yet? Not yet. Cheese, bread, and redworm. Well, we got cheese on there. That's not working. Bread is not going to work, but maybe we'll try redworm. See if maybe that bait will work for what we're after. But yeah, with that change that's coming, the only things I can think of now for Call of the Wild the Angler to really like improve on are actually like content additions. Like, I know bottom fishing people, well, I shouldn't say I know people, but that was one thing that has been told in the comments, is that there would be nice to have the actual stand so you can just set the rod down and wait for something to come up and go after it. And then other things like oceanic fishing is one that I think people have been interested and eager to try to get. And for myself, with how Golden Ridge is, fly fishing is another one. But those are ones I don't know how much work is going to have to be put into, like, bring those to be. Like, with never having done any fly fishing myself, I don't know how involved it is and how you would try to replicate that into, like, gameplay-wise. But any quality of life stuff that I've ever mentioned with the angler, I think has basically been brought through and tackled fairly well. The only little nitpick that has only come up more recently has been when you go into the journal and handbook, is if you get some little hint of like what hook sizing you want for using these, or like what the hook size that apply to the species are. Beyond that, I don't really have anything else I can say. They've hit every other note that I've kind of had when it's come to what the angler, in my opinion, could have used to help just make it a little bit better. I'm sure there's other people who have more they would like to see done or changed or what have you to it. But I admit, anything I would have had to comment or say has really been done. So we're just going to keep trying with this, see if we can get lucky, and actually, I should check. Is the eye a bottom feeder? No, it just seems to be a jumper. I was going to say, if it's a bottom feeder, maybe we'll try our bottom feeding rod if we don't get any luck in the next bit, but all we can really do, I guess, is just kind of change location and test out and see. The silver rank eyed is, yeah, hook size 5, so we have the right setup. I was smart this weekend and I was smart for this weekend's episodes and brought up the hook size chart before I got everything in place. Because again, it does feel like it's a little bit of an essential chart to help you out with trying to help distinguish and narrow down what to use. But yeah, there's not much else I can really say when it does come to the angler for I can think of for anything else to, like, improve upon. The fact that we're finally getting that is going to make trying to go after certain species much better. And I think it's going to... The fact that it's also being applied not just to, like, single player, but both single and multiplayer is a big benefit. I like there is a recognition of, okay, we do have to apply it to all facets of the game, and to both or all of our kinds of players who might be single players or like to do multiplayer. Truth be told, though, I don't know if multiplayer really has much impact other than it's just, like, you'll kind of see some other people in the world and fish with them. Because, like, I don't really know the multiplayer aspects to make it more so than it's just enjoying the same thing together. But that basically is just how angling would be with other people around you fishing. So yeah, the only thing to keep watch of for the angler is what other content I think they start adding or look to put into the game. Yeah, nothing really going after it there. This is the right spot for it, right? Yeah, it says this body of water here. Maybe I'll try up over here. It does seem like it is kind of a shallow area to find fish in, but... we'll try, say, 0.5 down, just see what we can get. But yeah, hopefully we can snag this, we can get... I don't think we have a lot of silver rank stuff to go for. If I check the journal, we've got 1, 2... Oh, it's just the 2 left to go, and then we're all into gold rank challenges, which is kind of nice to know. So we just have to clear these out if possible. But it does seem like it's come down more so to luck of if we can get the bait into the right spot. That might be another little bit of a nitpick I would have for, like, the trait system, is to introduce a few other ones, like surface feeder, bottom feeder, sheltered, prefers shelter, prefers open water, just to trying to help you get a little bit more idea of, like, location-wise, when you come across a water body and you're trying for a specific species, what are the best setups to use and where should I try casting to try to help out the most for landing it? Because I think you want to try avoiding players having too much of the experience of toss line in the water and let 5 minutes go by and there's been no activity. So why do you have no activity is feedback you want to be able to provide. You know, it's something like, for say, when I was trying to catch the golden trout on Golden Ridge Reserve, the bronze rank, and I was trying to cast way out into, like, deep and open water, that's where the trait of prefers shallower water or prefers sheltered areas or prefers rocky areas, that little trait would have helped me to know, okay, cast towards those to try for it. Again, it's just... the biggest feature is being addressed, so it's just trying to, like, nitpick and find other little things to talk about for it. I still plan on having Trollsporet going for quite a while. It's not going to be like, how the way the Hunter Matariki Park is going to be wrapping up this weekend. God, I'm trying to think of, okay, where else could I try going or casting out here? It's like, I think this was an area I had the same problems with last time. I'll probably try changing this back to the cheese. And maybe I'll try casting more from where those, swords are. And we'll try a quick cast just to see. But then Trollsporet, again, I'll probably look at trying to clear out at least 2 of the hubs, perhaps, for all the challenges they have. The series goes pretty well until we hit, like, little stall points of its... Oh. looks like we finally have some interest. Maybe that was the problem, is that I didn't have the bait deep enough for what we were trying for. Because that might be our eye right there. Hey, it is. Perfect. Okay, we'll release you back out. That completed that challenge. And I'm hoping this next one will be pretty quick to knock out. And then we'll be on to the gold challenges. So we've got to go to location for the Arctic Char, which is just a little more up the road here. One thing that I'd probably highly recommend for Call of the Wild the Angler, though, is even if you pick up the game with DLCs, go as far as you can in Golden Ridge, and then when you feel like you've kind of hit, like, the gold rank challenges, then you could probably go for some of the DLCs. I don't know how things like the Spain DLC or the South Africa DLC are, like, mapped out for pacing. But Golden Ridge, the overhaul it got, I think, is a superb introduction. And it does feel a little weird going from that introduction back to, like, this old way of how they kind of split up some of the hunting stuff, or, sorry, the fishing missions to be. Oh, is this another low post? Yeah, it is. Okay, so we'll basically just get to the end of the dock here. That should qualify for... Yeah, that's location. So Arctic Char are... Ooh, I need a hook size of 3 for one of those. Oh, I hear something. A snus?
Prying open the clenched teeth of this cylindrical receptacle reveals tightly glommed together piles that shimmer with uncharacteristic moistness. Absolutely no further inspection would reveal that these were once payloads of rich powder, hidden away like noxious secrets within a gaping, squelchy orifice that sluices them of their light and life. Now they lie, snuffed out and dejected, doomed to drift together, becoming one inside crib and coffin.
So I'm not sure what a snus is. It sounds like maybe it's like a container that was meant for... I'm just trying to think of, like, firearm powder? Like, it sounds like it was something that's meant to ignite and create a... Well, maybe not create a spark, but, like, how it's said, powder. I don't know if it'd be... I don't think it'd be chewing tobacco. Okay, that's as leeches, so we'll try that, and if that don't work, then we'll use some of our, spinning stuff. But yeah, I just want to see what, like, figures lost. Yeah, see, I have no idea what that is. I cannot read anything. It makes me think chewing tobacco at one time. Maybe that actually... Ooh. There's something already. Oh, okay, we're going to have to... There we go. Increase the drag, or the friction brake a bit. Okay, yeah, we're going to be able to land this no problem. Kind of surprised for the hook. Well, I say for the hook size it needed, but truth be told, this is, like, again, double the best rod we had for the time at Golden Ridge, and we were into, like, hook sizing of 4s and 3s. So is that our silver rank char? That it is. Okay, we'll toss you back out into the water. And we are now going for gold. We can start on Nokenjin's gold rank challenges. So we've got gold rank chub, gold rank roach, gold European perch, asp, bream. It looks like the majority of these are all probably going to be like the main fjord, I think. Oh, no, that's to that little lake there. I do kind of wish I had an easier way of checking the map locations than having to go back and forth. But you know what? maybe starting at this little spot here will be our best bet, because there might even be one of the missions that actually has us fishing from this spot right here for it. Now, would you stop flipping me around in the journal? I'm trying to stay here. Okay, so the roach is right here. So for gold rank roach, we need a hook size of 6. So we'll adjust you. We'll put on the eggs for now, but I need to double check what the roach really like. Bloodworm. I don't actually know if you can take bloodworms at this high. No, you can't. But I think pearl barley was another one that it said for them. Yeah, pearl barley pellets. Okay, so we'll try with that for now. Oh. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. But yeah, a lot of these gold ones, I think the hardest one to catch might be the asp for gold rank. It's like the bream is only going to need a hook size of 3. Everything else that was on the list is all pretty much 5 or 4s, and this rod has shown to handle a fair majority of that. But the asp might be a little big for what we can tackle right now. Although, truth be told, as we level up from level 24 towards level 30, then we'll have line that actually matches the full strength of our rod, and we'll probably be able to get a lot more easily handled. After we do wrap up the majority of these gold rank challenges for Nokenzen, or Nokenjon, I should also stop by the shop and see if we can pick up a stronger line for the Stalos. Because maybe that's how they kind of balance keeping the super-powered rod from being too strong, is the line will keep you in check to progress through with the leveling a bit. But what are the traits of the roaches? Bottom lurker. So you know what? That's why I probably said pellets regular was something they go for. So we'll get that as deep as we can from a float and see if we get lucky. I think what we'll do is we'll complete this, head up for that little spot up there, and then probably work our way back for, I think, was that the little spot that had the chub or something else to it? There was one spot just back on, like, to our left of where we are that I think had a gold rank challenge to it. We'll let it sit for a couple more minutes, and then maybe we'll pull it out and try not casting as far out. Maybe that is in too far of water for what we're trying for. I admit a nice little thing when it does come to Call of the Wild the Angler is that if you don't have the right setup, you can kind of tell by how long you wait and you have no activity. Like, usually when you do have the right setup for a fish you're targeting, it's not too long before you get interest from them. But if you don't quite have everything in check or in place for it, then something will kind of let you know about that rather swiftly. So in this case, it might be, I have bait depth could be right, but maybe location was too far out of shore for what we're trying for. We'll just wait and see. But again, that is that is where I do feel like maybe a little bit more expansion to what traits are listed in the handbook could help a little bit more for guidance, or a little bit of hint here or there. And just gotta give it a moment, wait and see what happens. Yeah, if there's nothing else, I'll do a quick check of... Actually, let me check right now. What? If I do inspection for them... it does say dough and corn would work. But this one might actually be one where the bottom fishing rod will have the best success. It's like pellets, regular, wafers, or... wafters? Wafters? I'm not even sure what wafters are. Like, I've heard of wafers before, but I didn't think there was a silent T in them. It does say bread, but I think the hook size... Yeah, you know what? Nothing's really happening. Is the hook size too big for bread, or could I slap a bit on? We can try dough. I'll try that and toss it out to see, but I don't think that was one listed in the handbook for them. Yeah, no, that's not one there, so... Maybe what I'll actually do is try to go for a bottom rod. Maybe... I'll try a hook size of 5. It should still allow us to... Or no. Let me just go for a piece of corn. Let me change that to a 7, actually. Because that'll let us start catching hook size... Or, sorry, not hook size. That'll let us start catching silver ranks. So maybe that'll also let us get a gold. But if I went up to a hook size of 5, I think that would be too large and would cut off our chances of being able to catch gold sizes with it. But yeah, we'll let this sit for a minute or two, see if we can get lucky and get one before we end this episode, and then keep working at some of the gold ones. I didn't think that much time had really gone by for this episode called Wild the Angler, but I guess as you get lost in it, just trying to get like the travel and... Again, waiting for stuff like this to go through for specific fish. It does tick on in minutes. It's like, I thought it's only been like 10 or so minutes, but no, we're basically twice that. There we go. If it is a silver rank, maybe we'll just use the momentum and change the hook size up to 1 more to be able to try for gold. So I'm not really expecting any challenge for trying to bring this in. Yeah, I don't exactly know what it is on the line because we haven't seen it yet, but I'm hoping... Oh, it's definitely a roach. Yeah, those bright orange fins are... Oh, it actually is a gold. Perfect. Let you go back and swim free. And let me just double check which one... from Nokenjin might be the one to the left there. It's not the bream, it's not the asp. I think it is the gold rank chub. Yeah, it is. So just to squeeze in a little bit more of this episode to try to get all the golds possibly completed for Nokenjin next episode, we'll call a vehicle and drive over there. Roadie Nation 2. There you are. God, but yeah, the addition of letting you fast travel to your vehicle, whether it's a boat or a Jeep on the map, fantastic thinking. Like, it is actually something that I think the other series, Way of the Hunter, could learn to implement for itself to help a bit. But I don't want to cross over the two too much. If you do want Way of the Hunter, then you can always go and check out those videos. I don't want to push you guys to stuff that might be out of your wheelhouse for what you're looking for. I've never said or recommended for anybody to watch everything I put out. If you have interest in it, thanks for checking it out, but if not, no worries. Oh, that's completely wrong. I completely missed the little path that we were supposed to take. My mistake, my mistake, my mistake. So my guess is it might not have even actually been off the road here. Might have actually been behind the, yeah, supposedly it's a little more ahead on the left. But I didn't really see anything that makes me think like a footpath. Oh, no, never mind. Yeah, right here. God, I don't know how I completely missed this. I guess I was looking for something a little larger. Yeah, we just gotta follow this along, and then tucked up in the hills, there'll be that little spot that... Oop, next episode, we'll start trying to get that gold rank chub from. And then from there, the other ones I think will go pretty quick. The bream, I mean, it is a nocturnal fish, but I think if we do try... I can't remember if it's a nocturnal and bottom lurker, or it's just nocturnal. But we didn't take too long to get the silver rank one, so I don't think the gold will be as too much trouble either. Or at least I hope it won't be. Yeah, so it's a little bit further... And then I think we basically want to take a hard right off into the woods here. Oh, yeah, that's what we're looking for, is that big power pylon. Yeah, this is it right here. Fantastic. And we got a nice little spot to look out and finish today's episode with. So thank you all very much for joining me on this episode of Call of the Wild the Angler. If you did enjoy the video, be sure to give it a like. And if you have any comments, tips, or tricks, be sure in the comments right down below. Until I see you all in the next video or episode, anglers and survivors, please remember, as always, to take care, stay alive, and happy angling.